Did you really think Ben Johnson was going to stick around? Let's talk Lions.
Woo!
Welcome back to another episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Ben Johnson headed to the Bears as the head coach, which, quite frankly, and I'm asking this not tongue-in-cheek, but did you really think that Johnson was going to stick around? After last year, after losing to San Francisco, the fact that we retained him and Glenn and Ben Johnson was we've got unfinished business, that whole mindset. I was like, praise God we get one more year, but that's all we're getting. If we don't win it all, even if we win it all, one of those two guys are at least out the door. I had people all season trying to tell me, Jay, no, man, sneaky suspicion that we're keeping Johnson's not going anywhere. And here we are. And listen, man, that Bears job, that is alluring. That is like to be the Chicago Bears head coach with Caleb Williams, the offense that is set. Like, the Bears are poised to be a threat. I expected more of a threat this year. Obviously, Eberflus just didn't have it in him to coach that thing upright. But you can't... Lions fans, we cannot be mad at Ben Johnson for taking his next step in the heights of where you can go in the NFL as a coach. We cannot be upset at the man for everything that he gave us, bringing this Lions offense to life, for going and moving on and taking this next step in his career. Like, God bless you, man. God bless you, Ben Johnson. Thank you for what you did for us. Does it sting that's an NFC North rival? Yeah, of course it stings. We got to face him 2 times a year now with Caleb Williams under his wing. That's going to blow. But I love Ben Johnson. I will always love Ben Johnson. He was a tight ends coach here under the Matt Patricia era, and he got his first opportunity under Dan Campbell when Anthony Lynn was fired. Back in that 3-13-1 season, Campbell was calling the offense, but Ben Johnson got to step up. Like, we saw that man grow into who he is, and I'm ever so thankful for it. And I think as Lions fans, we need to be. You have to support it. Like, I saw somebody put out there that he's Benedict Johnson. Come on, man. Come on, man. So I'm happy for Ben Johnson that he gets the opportunity. Aaron Glenn reportedly moving on to the Jets. We'll see if that happens today. Right fit for him. Terrible organizational leadership, but right fit for him with what that defense is and what they're capable of. And with the right mind, he could lead that Jets team to be something. The sky is not falling. The sky is not falling. It's not over. I look at the Bills. They have been in the playoffs. This is their 6th year in a row. In the last 5 years that they have made the playoffs, they haven't even made the Super Bowl. Now, I don't know what that fan base says, but for me as an outsider, when I look into the Buffalo Bills every year, I'm like, they got a shot. They could do it. Their Super Bowl, like, they could do it. Do I think the window was... Did I think the window was closing when they got rid of Mitch Morse, Jordan Poyer, Stephon Diggs, Micah Hyde, like everybody this season? Yeah. I was like, it's probably closing. They can still do it, but it's closing. Well, joke's on me, because here they go into the AFC Championship. Like, and they have been through 3 offensive coordinators in those 5 years. Brian Daboll, the dude who smashed his desk, Ken Dorsey, and this Brady guy. It's not over. The Super Bowl window is not closed on Detroit. Don't sit around and think like, oh, there's a curse. Now we make it to the playoffs, but we can't win in them. Everybody just calm down. Everything is going to be just fine. Now, with a new OC and a new DC, the Lions might have to take a step back. We might take a step backward before we leap forward. But Brad Holmes is still our GM. Dan Campbell is still our head coach. This ship isn't going down. It's course correcting, but it isn't going down. The Super Bowl window is open. The squad is good. We get that defense healthy, and you get the right OC and DC in here, we're going to be just fine. Everything's going to be just fine. So, yes, Ben Johnson moving on to the Bears hurts because they're an NFC North rival. It's the Bears. God, I hate the Bears. But I am so thankful for what Ben Johnson has done. So, congratulations to Johnson on the job. I honestly thought he was going to go to Oakland or Vegas, but hey, man, that prospect of Caleb Williams, I could see him, and it's going to be a totally different offense than what we're used to. I don't expect to see the exact same plays and schemes and everything drawn up. It's going to be the mastermind and the ingenuity of it, but look, man, there's no reason to worry. Everything's fine. Yes, it stings. But I think it's just because we're dealing with the gaping wound of losing to the 6th round or the 6th seed Washington Commanders. Good team, but when you're 15-2 and everybody's yelling Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl, and our eyes are on the prize and we're thinking about the parade, and we miss the traffic cone in front of us and we go blowing down a road that we shouldn't have gone down, and turns out there's an alley full of clowns, and they beat us up and take our car, leave us with no money. I don't know. Crazy. That's what it felt like. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Everybody, let's just take a breath, take a beat. The Lions are going to replace Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, potentially. We still have the pieces we have offensively, defensively, when these guys get healthy. I'm not worried. The Super Bowl window is open. But before we start getting our eyes set on that prize the way we did this year, let's win the division. Heck, let's just win game by game. What are the Lions going to address this offseason? For me, when it comes to the draft, we got to get an edge. We got to get an edge rusher. Because when Aiden went down, boy, did we feel it. So, lots to talk about. We'll get excited about it. But for now, yes, Ben Johnson's leaving. It's not the end of the world. Everything's going to be just fine. And I'll catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions.